In 2025, we are leaving behind these extreme diets in 2024. I want to teach you guys just how to eat normally, like a human being, like a Homo sapien with different sets of teeth. And, you know, the vegans and the vegetarians can come for me, and they always do. And they get so mad, and that's great. Get as mad as you want. And the carnivores are purists and very extreme. There's a lot of bro science guys in that community that are hardcore, but I see them over time and they look like shit. They all start aging aggressively in their face. And or I see women try it and they do great for a time, and then all of a sudden they end up in this insulin resistance they can't get out of, right? So we don't want to bust our systems in the process of figuring out how to eat. And I understand that it's confusing, but let's just leave extreme diets behind and eat reasonably. I talk about how I eat. I'm never going to tell you how to eat, but I'm going to teach you what I know along the way. I've avoided the conversation of food because people get so heated, and it's so like they get so militant and so crazy about it. And I'm sure if you're on YouTube right now, just go to the comment section and go look at what I'm talking about. And if you're one of the people viciously typing right now, I'm calling you out because you're one of them. Like, how in the world did we get to the point where food became such a polarizing source of anger and vitriol for people, right? Eat whatever you want to eat, but at the end of the day, you need to be getting adequate protein, adequate nutrients. You got to be eating nutrient dense. You got to get some fiber in there. You got to find a form of fiber you can tolerate. I can't handle all forms of fiber. The more my gut heals, the better my ability to process fiber is. But you know, there's a lot of upsides to fiber as well. And there's times when I've gone completely fiber free, but I had to because my gut was a mess. I'm not talking to those of you who have extreme pathology in your gastrointestinal system. That's not what I'm here for. I'm not here to try to pull people out of like extreme illness. I'm trying to just talk in generalities because I'm talking to the masses, and that is just eat like a grown-up, right? Avoid we can talk about oils all day. I need to do an episode about it. It's not just the seed oils, it's the oxidation point of these oils. If you're eating oils that want to oxidize readily, you are in for trouble. You're in for cellular membrane damage. And that includes olive oil, even the best olive oil. If you heat it, it's going to oxidize. This isn't about smoke point. This is about oxidation. And these things oxidize the minute you open these bottles up in some cases. And in many cases, you're eating already oxidized oils. The argument about seed oils is, you know, I bet fresh off the plant canola oil is nowhere. I'm not saying it's good, but I bet it's nowhere near as bad as that canola oil that's been in the fryer at the local, you know, restaurant where you're getting your French fries, and they've used it 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. And it's highly oxidized and damaging to your cellular membrane. So we got to take things in stride. And I know that learning nutrition can be complicated, but let's just eat like grownups. Like if you have a glimmer that maybe this is chemical laden, it's garbage, like just don't put it in your mouth. We don't put garbage in our mouth. So I will leave it at that. I will share with you though, that just for those of you who are wondering, like, how could my carnivore diet be harming me or causing insulin resistance? Just look up LPS, lipopolysaccharides. Just look up what lipopolysaccharides do to your mitochondria, do to your inflammatory levels. LPS is basically what happens when you eat fat, depending on the state of your gut health and your microbiome. And LPS is literally, it induces endotoxemia, and or further potentiates it, and is driven by, and it will, I think it's quite easily the root cause of almost every ailment that we have plaguing us in modern society. So you keep eating the high fat, you're going to keep producing LPS depending on your overall gut health.